All right, we're going to go over a few more icons on the main toolbar, and we're also going to go over some things on the floating toolbar in this video. And we're almost done with all of the features. So obviously this one is shapes, and there's a lot of different things you can do with the shapes and make it as complex as you want it. Again, like with the pen tool, when you click once, you get just the basic shapes, but if you click twice, you get a whole nother pop out of different things. So you can just select a shape and draw. And you'll notice as I'm drawing, it's adjusting the size, it's adjusting the angle of the shape. So that is really neat. If I release, I get that menu tool that comes up. And actually, there's some few things down here that have to do with actually the geometrics of the shape. So you can click and it will show the measurements. Here you can actually segment the shape and you can adjust the different segments to be different colors. You can show what it looks like if there's a circle around it, show it inside of a circle. So lots of different things you can do there, clicking those features on and off. So if I go back to a different shape, I could actually change the colors. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to make it black. Change the color. Let me go back to white, make my background white. But there's just all kinds of different things you can do. And now, now I'm drawing my shape in white, so I'll fix that. Let me make it red so you guys can see it. And then again, I could click the angles. It would show me the angles of the shape. Lots and lots of fun things to do here. And those are just the basic shapes. If you look down here at the bottom, you actually have 3D shapes. I think this is super neat for getting the students to actually see the faces and the vertices and actually being able to trace those different things. Again, I selected white, so on this one I'll make it purple. You can actually see that shape. Let me see if I can change the outline here to be black. There we go. So that's a little bit better. So if I select him, again, you can do all kinds of different things. You can duplicate the shape, make it bigger, make it smaller, have this, you can actually lock it, and then you can have the students come up and trace the curved lines, and just, you know, kind of identify the different properties of that shape. You have angles down here, and you also have tables that you can create. So a lot of things that you can do right there just with the shape tool. And again, you can change the line width, you can change the opacity, make curved lines, etc. All those kinds of things are down here, changing the different features there. I'm going to delete these things. So that you guys can have a smooth canvas to see from. And again, I locked that, so you'll notice that when I went to click on it, I had to click the unlock button so that I could lock it, and then now I can delete that layer. We're going to move on to the text. So if I click the text, there's a couple different options. So you'll see the T cursor come up. I'm going to actually type a sentence. The cat ran up the hill. And you could set your preferences for text. You can obviously change the characters here, the font style, change the size, and I might actually have to select it. So I'll select the size, make it a little bit bigger. But again, you can also just change it by selecting it here and changing your size like that, like you are used to doing. But if I go back to the text feature and I click on my text that I have written, I actually have a few options that come up here, you know, superscript, subscript, but here I can click this book. It's going to actually take me to the immersive reader, and it will actually read the sentence to you. And you also have several features here, just you can get in and play with it. You can actually do a translator. You can identify parts of the sentences. I will let you listen.
The cat ran up the hill.
And you can actually do the voice settings. You could make it male or female. You could change the speed of the voice. So I say you can make it sound like I talk, and you can make it over here as the rabbit, but you could also slow it down. This is great for inclusions, for making accommodations, whatever you would need. This immersive reader is super, super cool. Text preferences, you can adjust those there. You could have bigger spaces. You could actually have more colors, the text size, grammar options. So this is really neat. You can turn on the different parts of speech. So if we were talking about parts of sentences, I could turn on these different tabs. And you'll see that the nouns are in purple now and the verbs are in red. So you actually could call a student up, have them identify the parts of speech, and then you could turn on those different toggles and you could show all the labels if you wanted to. Lots of different features there. Show the syllables. These are all one-syllable words. And then you could even have like a picture dictionary. So if I wanted to show a picture of the hill, then it's going to actually bring up a picture of the hill, which is great for our English language learners, different things like that. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and click the X, and it just takes me back to the text. So lots of different things there, settings, how you want it to look, bold, underline. I really encourage you to get on there and play with that text tool because it's really neat. Again, the next one is undo and redo. So you can undo unlimited times. I could redo what I had done. So that's really neat. So in this lesson, we talked about shapes, text, undo, and redo. And then I'm also going to go ahead and talk about this little guy down here. It's really hard to see. It's a circle with faint gray mountains in it. And when you click that, it's actually going to give you the option to change your background. So if I wanted my background to be this yellow note card, I could click that and I could either apply it to one page or apply it to all of the pages. So I'll just apply it to this page and you'll see that now I've got, I'm going to undo that. Now I have got some lined paper. So I could actually show it my sentence on a line if I wanted to. But again, I could go back down here and just wanted to show you some different options. You can change the color and the gradient of your background. You could actually upload your own image if you wanted to. And then this one right here is really good. That's the myViewboard original content. And on that, there's lots of different really, really great resources for you to use, and you don't have to go anywhere to pull them in. They're actually divided by subject. So if I wanted to go to lines, I could actually have different things for students to trace, work on their fine motor skills. There's all kinds of different handwriting lines, so really neat there. If I wanted to apply this, I could show the students what it's supposed to look like on the lines. And oops, I'm sorry, I'm giving you guys vertigo. I could show them how it's supposed to look on the lines, and then I could have them come up and trace it or do whatever on those lines. They could use their pen to come up and actually write on the lines properly on the handwriting lines. This would be great if you were going to do a narrative writing lesson or a lesson that you really wanted to show them the importance of neat handwriting. Again, you can adjust the size of these lines, but that's just down here in this mountains in the myViewboard content. Also, there's really great math ones with 3D shapes and different tables, Venn diagrams, long division, multiplication, all kinds of things. So I encourage you to also look through those graphic organizers and see what you could do, see how you could go ahead and import some of those. This one's really great for upper level reading, ELA, problems and solutions, just really breaking down those stories. So that's a really neat feature that I didn't want you guys to miss out on. I'm going to change my background back to white. And then I'm going to show you one more thing down here. You can actually make it confidential if you wanted your students to feel like it was a really special day in the classroom. You could create a table or grid paper, different things like that. And you'll notice up here at the top, you see the date and the time. If you were going to record a lesson or if you didn't want the date and time to be stamped onto your lesson, you can just click this calendar here and it will go on and off. So click it off and click it on to your preference on that. One more thing I wanted to show you on the floating toolbar. Obviously, you can click this guy right here. It's going to take you into presentation mode. And then if for some reason that happens and you're confused and you can't get out of it, it actually changes to tools. So when you click the tools, it's going to take you back to your main page. Now, a lot of people don't even use that because they're used to having Smart Notebook or Active Inspire and having to go to that full screen mode because they're always seeing their slides on the side. But actually with myViewboard, you don't have that. You can see your slides by clicking here and they'll show up, but you really don't have to go into that presenter mode because you're kind of able to present the whole time you're in your presentation. Save, you can go forwards and backwards here. add a page by clicking this button. And then I wanted to show you this right here. This is actually the browser. So this is a true Google browser. So if you click on it and you wanted to actually embed something into your Canvas, you could do that. So if I wanted to go to ABCYA, I could click that website. And if I knew that that was something I wanted my students to do in centers every day, I could just click these 4 squares and the plus sign, and it's actually going to embed that website onto this page. So say students got done with work and they were able to go to the carpet and begin working. They actually have the ABCYA site right there, and they could go and select a game. Again, it's a true Google search, so if I needed to search something else, I could actually go up to the top at Google, and I could Google math worksheet, and I could actually pull anything that I see from Google onto my Canvas. So again, this is a true Google search, so it's not those filtered ones like we had over here in the Magic Box that are going to keep their resolution. Depending on what the properties of the picture are, some of them are going to be clear, some of them might be a little bit blurry. We'll try with this one. So that one seems to be really clear. I can adjust the size of it, and I could actually work on that too. So that's just a really quick and easy way to pull up a center, pull up an extra activity for your students, and have it all right here on that same page. So I hope that's been helpful. Email me if you have questions, and that's just kind of a cap on all of the icons of the myViewboard software.